Hi everybody, I'm Doug Corpuel, President and Chief Operating Officer for RapidDecision. I'm here to introduce our seminar, How RapidDecision Ensures Business Intelligence Success. The presentation will last approximately a half hour, followed by a question and answer period. You may submit questions online through the questions panel on the right side of your screen. All questions will be answered at the end of the presentation. Pressing the orange right arrow key in the upper right corner of the GoToMeeting console will minimize the console. Then pressing the orange left arrow will return the console for questions. I can't think of anybody better to talk about the subject of business intelligence than Joe Guerra. Joe created the RapidDecision product, which allows companies to connect JD, PeopleSoft, or eBusiness Suite to leading business intelligence products, and is the leader of the group that has been installing business intelligence solutions for the Oracle community for the past 15 years. His group has helped hundreds of companies gather the information they need and present it the way they need it. Whether his clients' needs have been to produce simple reports or create complex analytics or dashboards, Joe's team's been there to help. Joe's passion and intimate knowledge of business intelligence will become evident as he starts to talk, so I'm going to let him get started right now.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. We have a large crowd today, so I figured we should actually let everybody know we've got a lot of different time zones going on here today. Thanks for those of you who have answered the poll that's in front of you now. It helps guide my comments and helps actually open up a couple extra slides depending upon what you guys answer. So thank you very much for that. RapidDecision. RapidDecision is it's the necessary component to business intelligence. The RapidDecision Enterprise Data Warehouse is something that we've built based upon the market dynamics that exist today. What's happening in the market today is you're kind of stuck in the middle between outside and inside influences, and everyone's asking you or your peer to get them information and turn that information into action. Very difficult thing to do these days. We've all been downsized, we all have more data, we all have more responsibilities, and we need to be able to get that information in a clean, consistent, timely manner. Folks like the CEO who are really trying to steer the ship these days, driving the ship by the numbers, making the decisions that help you save time, save money, and make money. Those CEOs need those numbers. Your finance team certainly is somebody who needs those numbers. Finance kind of lives by the numbers. I'm a recovering accountant, so I'm not allowed to say that one. So I don't know of any finance person who ever said, that's okay, yeah, I can wait till tomorrow to have that information. Today's day and age, people's patience level is somewhere between 2 and 5 seconds. To be able to have that information quickly, cleanly, in a trusted manner is really what they're shooting for. The information, including your operations of your business, including your supply chain in terms of where is their inventory, where are the calls coming in, what is the customer satisfaction, what's going on with my data. And of course, IT seems to be stuck in the middle of this, as they've always been since the first day of computers. A limited number of people have been able to read that data, process that data, and deliver that data. So the data can be turned into information, and information into knowledge, and knowledge into action. What we want to be able to do today at the end of today's presentation is have you understand how RapidDecision enables business intelligence tools to not only develop and show reports like the ones you see on the screen, but as well turn that information into knowledge on your mobile devices and to activate them in terms of dashboards. Now you just saw the initialization screen. It just ran the queries necessary to feed my dashboard right inside here, inside PowerPoint. Brought it up. It allows me to navigate this information. I could go current year, prior year. I could go to growth. I could take a look at each individual company, or I can look at the total of all the companies. Each and every one of these data points is actionable. I can drill into it. This is what business intelligence should be today. But what's your patience level? What's your tolerance for waiting for the data? That's a lot of what we're going to talk about today. We have a huge business benefit opportunity in terms of administrative efficiencies, which is the traditional increased revenue, We also have operating efficiencies, and then finally your strategic support. So let's start with the typical stuff, the upper left-hand corner there, the administrative efficiencies. Everybody always tries to justify business intelligence, and that's a whole other presentation I do, and the hard dollar justification of BI. But everybody tries to justify it by better reports, cleaner reports, prettier reports, drillable reports. That's nice. You might be able to save some time that way, and you can certainly save some money. That'll equate to it. But what about saving money and making money? In terms of increased revenue, do you know who your true customer profits are? Do you know what products are profitable, services are profitable, what areas of your business are profitable? I can't tell you how many times I've gone into an organization where they tell me they know their top 10, top 20. In one case, a customer told me their top 23 customers. They knew it. They've always been their top 23 customers. They could show me it on an Excel spreadsheet. Well, the problem with Excel is, well, actually, let's start with the best thing about Excel. The best thing about Excel is it will do anything you want. The worst thing about Excel, it will do anything you want. That Excel spreadsheet was right on 8 of the 23 customers. The other customers were not their top 20 customers. They weren't even close because they didn't have all the data. They didn't have access to it. It wasn't timely. They didn't know about returns. There were a whole bunch of problems with it. Business intelligence has a huge benefit opportunity. Real-time access to view your business processes, to see what your operations are doing today, not tomorrow after the fact where you can't change it. But what would you say if a dashboard was available to you where a product was assigned to a customer who was maybe customer number ranking 150, yet another order was being processed now and another customer ranking, oh, let's say 5, was not going to have enough inventory? Would you not want to know about that today or tomorrow when it was too late? It's that information and the information that executives need on their dashboards that RapidDecision can help you with. RapidDecision's Enterprise Data Warehouse allows you to bring data from multiple sources together simultaneously into one data store so that people can peruse that data, see that data, act on that data. The first step to getting this data together is to unlock it from where it is now. Where it is now is in a series of operational systems that lock it away and don't allow you to do the simple thing you want, which is to drag the business units, the departments, the operating units, the centers, whatever it may be, onto your screen. Make that information actionable and allow you to see it. It is locked away in the ERP, MRP financial systems known as Oracle eBusiness Suite, PeopleSoft, and JD Edwards, as well as a host of other solutions. Now, RapidDecision has built many different prepackaged mappings into our warehouse. The predominant ones we concentrate on are Oracle eBusiness Suite, PeopleSoft, and JD Edwards. We've worked on many different systems over the years, and all those can be mapped to the RapidDecision EDW. Why doesn't everyone use the data warehouse approach? Well, it's very clear to me that it's complex. We've been doing this for 18, 19 years, and I used to say many years ago that anyone with enough time and enough money and enough resources could do it themselves. What I've realized is they can't. We come across every year customers who have spent multiple 7 figures, multiple millions of dollars over multiple years trying to create what we install in a matter of days and weeks. It requires too much knowledge, and we've got too much of a head start on this. We've been supporting applications that are pre-Y2K. No one goes back that far. No one has the knowledge of these ERP systems in terms of how to data warehouse them more than we do. And certainly no one has the time these days to wait. I would not hazard to guess that within an arm's reach, you, the audience today, have at least one mobile device available to you, whether it's your BlackBerry, your Crackberry, your Apple Fruit phone, your Droid, whatever it might be. Okay? We have tablets, and your patience level on those is 3 to 5 seconds, 2 to 5 seconds. What's your patience in terms of the business waiting for a business intelligence system to be deployed? What would it cost you each month you don't have it? Is that a hard dollar savings to you? Is it soft? It really depends upon the organization. But what RapidDecision can do is RapidDecision's Enterprise Data Warehouse can be deployed in a matter of weeks. We can deploy subject area after subject area. We can deploy them in parallel, in sequence. We can do it any way our customers would like us to do it. No one can beat our time to value. Now, what's important to note is that RapidDecision has always been and will always be continuously fed. Our customers oftentimes will tell us, the IT department will tell us, oh, our users don't need real time, they've never asked for it. Well, that's fine that they never asked for it, but if you told them it was available, would they tell you they don't want it? Would they tell you that, nah, it's not worth it, I'll wait till tomorrow to see today's data? Or would they say, well, I just didn't think it was possible? That's usually the case. They just didn't think it was possible. Or if they thought it was possible, they thought it was too much impact on the production systems and would just bury it, and they're just afraid of that. As it turns out, the way RapidDecision builds its data warehouse is the minimum definable impact to the production system, the network, and the business intelligence system. So let's take a look at how RapidDecision does things. I try to keep things simple, so let's take the Sesame Street approach. A, B, C, D. So A, any source system in a relational database. So EBS, PeopleSoft, JD Edwards, or some other production system that's sitting in a database. RapidDecision moves everything from A to B. B is our central repository. It's the RapidDecision central repository. It's something that we've built and patented on how we move the data. RapidDecision then moves everything into the individual data marts of the enterprise data warehouse. That's C. A, B, C. It's quite simple. As you notice that an arrow popped up at the bottom, we use data services extract, transform, and load mappings to map everything from A to B, and then subsequently from B to C. Now this is the minimum definable impact because we're only moving adds, changes, and deletes from A to B and then B to C. We're not refreshing, which is the norm. But what's funny is that norm, that refresh, is the most impact you could possibly have on all the systems. Step 1 of a refresh, clear all or part of your warehouse. Step 2, run gigantic queries on the production system. Yes, your production system. Move it all across the network, load it, recalculate it, and let everybody back into the system. Why do we do that? Well, they've been doing that because 0.01% of the data changed between yesterday and today. That's usually not a good idea. RapidDecision has cracked the nut and figured out how to move everything continuously from A to B and subsequently B to C. We then populate BI metadata. Our services team works with you to actually make that your own. Now, there's no way for us to know your individual hierarchies in advance, but we have a head start on that. We've provided metadata samples to our customers. We also provide metadata content. We support modern databases like the HANA in-memory solution, and those data services mappings are from business objects. Data services. Now there's a lot of different tools that are out there today. As one of those tools is SAP Business Objects. With RapidDecision under the cover, this is a sample of some of the screens that you can actually see within RapidDecision. Some of the data can be commingled with map data. They're pretty robust these days. But it's not only business objects. You can actually bring the data in from Cognos. You can bring the data into many different versions of their products, whether it's the reporting tools, the analysis tools, the dashboards, the banded report writers. All the tools actually run over RapidDecision. Any tool that writes a query can get it from us. MicroStrategy is one of the better looking tools out there, a little bit more cumbersome to set up, but it's definitely a world-class tool, has some incredible visualizations. And even one of those tool vendors out there that you might know called Oracle. Oracle has Oracle Business Intelligence. Oracle Business Intelligence might not be the prettiest. It's a simple tool. It gets the job done. It doesn't have every feature and function maybe the other ones have, but very good tool, very high quality tool. Okay, so all these BI tools get their data from RapidDecision so that you can see the data today and not tomorrow. Okay? So all four of those tools are the predominant. I think those tools would probably make up 95% of the tools that our customers use over RapidDecision, okay? Modern databases in memory, traditional relational databases, all continuously fed. Marketing people love to say real time. So that's RapidDecision. What are we doing? In terms of J.D. Edwards, we're taking all those complex table and field names, we're making sense of them. We're calling GBMCU business unit, we're calling GBLT the ledger type and bringing in the description and then calculating the balances that are not there. These are some simple examples. Some other examples, very simple. We can actually build the hierarchies, make sense of the dates, figure out what fiscal period they're in and store that, and build all sorts of hierarchies that are out there. So that's J.D. Edwards. Same thing's true of PeopleSoft. We gather that information, we compile the information, we know these systems, and then the same thing is true of EBS. So we have all that information for EBS as well. So why would you go with RapidDecision? Why wouldn't you just build it yourself? It's kind of funny. I'm working with an organization right now that says in a matter of, and get this one everybody, this is kind of pretty cool. They say in a matter of 3 weeks, they're going to be able to design, build, they will be able to define and create their content and roll it out to the end users, a sales data mart. Yeah, truly, they say they're going to be able to do that. They did start that process. They said, thank you very much, we don't really need RapidDecision. They've now gone 6 weeks and have nothing delivered. In fact, they don't even have a complete design yet. The problem is, what's happening is, they don't really know what the end users are going to say next. Every time you turn around and have a meeting with the end users, what's going to happen is, they're going to continue down the path of saying, oh, guess what I forgot, guess what I forgot, guess what I forgot. RapidDecision doesn't forget those things. We've got hundreds of customers that have built in their requirements to our system. They provide us the requirements. New customers, old customers are constantly meeting with us, constantly feeding us information so that we can make RapidDecision that much bigger and that much better. What we do, we take that entire design build phase and we make it a non-issue. You can then immediately start defining your metadata layer, your analytics, your content, and immediately start training the users and rolling it out to them. No one can actually get it to you as quick as RapidDecision. Now, simple buy versus build value proposition. Because it's pre-built and because we know these systems and we go back dozens of versions on all of them, we are going to be the fastest time to value, the lowest risk, the fixed price, and provide ERP upgrade protection. So what does all this mean? RapidDecision actually, for a fixed fee, will come in and install our product, data services, get everything up and running so that you can actually have the warehouse. The most troublesome part of any business intelligence solution is compiling the data. Ask any of the experts, look at any of the reports, and that's what they're going to tell you. RapidDecision takes that entire high-risk effort, high volume, high dollar price, high time, everything's high on that. Effort and just reduce that to, well, a fixed price in a fixed time frame, okay? What is RapidDecision? RapidDecision extracts the data from those production systems. We put it into our data warehouses, put it into the data mart. We provide you some sample metadata depending upon the BI tool you choose. We've got some reports, some ad hoc analytics, and that's what you start doing, you start building. Basically, all of that is possible with RapidDecision, okay? So, what do we support? Well, we support even more than this. This is a sample of some of the 20 subject areas that we have today. We've got other ones in development, others that have partial releases because it's only for 1 or 2 customers. Excuse me. But we cover more depth and breadth than anybody else in the marketplace today. A handful of the hundreds of customers that we have, that number needs to be adjusted up by a little bit. I would say a little over 300 now. Okay, just a handful of them. Our customers definitely are our best asset. We go to a lot of trade shows around the country in North America, and when we run into the customers and we're standing there with another customer or prospect, they all just get talking. We just back up, let them talk. It's really kind of nice to know that no matter what customer you run into, they're going to have a good thing to say about you. They're always going to give us feedback on how we can make it better, but what we say works does work. value proposition on RapidDecision, we are pre-built. We're not just a template that we're going to do, I don't know, starting at 20 or 30 services a day per MAR. We're a pre-built warehouse. Hundreds of thousands of transformations, subject areas 20 plus, and if there's one that you need listed there, and you're willing to go forward with RapidDecision, we will build the other ones that you need. We're the only continuous. I said only. Now, some of the other vendors say that they're really real time, or they are real time or continuous and things like that. I'll challenge those statements. Some of the really real-time vendors will say, well, I can refresh your cube in real time. Okay, but that's going to take me 20 minutes. Or they're real-time off the production system into some staging area, but not to where you're reporting on it. RapidDecision is continuous all the way through to the end user. There's no smoke and mirrors there at all. We are a continuously fed system. We have pre-built queries and reports depending upon your BI tool. We don't do that for all the BI tools. We consolidate multiple sources and solve the problem of archive data. RapidDecision was built for multi-tenancy. In other words, we're a giant apartment building, not just a single-family home. ERP upgrade protection, metadata layers, fastest time to value, mature, proven, guaranteed, knowledge transfer. All these are what we provide to you. Okay, so RapidDecision, that's what we are. What we're going to do now is we're going to move into a question and answer session, and I think, Doug, you've got several questions already teed up.
I sure do, Joe. We have several questions, but we already have several questions submitted online. But before we get to them, I want to remind everybody that if you'd like to ask a question, you may do so through the questions panel on the right side of your screen. If you minimized your accounts earlier, please press the orange left arrow to redisplay the questions panels. Joe, I'm looking at the different questions here, and the first one that I have, someone's asking me, can you consolidate data from multiple ERP or other systems into RapidDecision?
Sure. Just like I said earlier that we're multi-tenancy for the supported systems, you can realistically bring an unlimited number of sources into RapidDecision's data model. If you have Edwards, PeopleSoft, EBS, and other systems, maybe some supporting systems, or you bought another company, we can certainly bring that information into the same subject areas. It's actually RapidDecision, especially RapidDecision 6.0, was designed to do exactly that.
Okay, Joe, knowing it or not, you actually just answered somebody else's question that said, can I integrate other sources besides JD PeopleSoft and Oracle? And as you just stated, I think you've always said to me, I've never run into any customer that just has those sources. They always have other sources, so you bring them in, so we absolutely do bring them in. But the next question I do have is, does your product contain summary or detailed level information? If summary, how do you get to the detailed information?
Sure, no problem. Yeah, you're probably trying to compare this to some of the other so-called competition that's out there. We are not summary. We are detailed level information. Our warehouse was designed to house the atomic level, transaction level data, and also be summarized on the fly in very fast performance. You can drill to the individual transaction level information of the RapidDecision Enterprise Data Warehouse.
Okay, Joe. Next question here, someone's asking about building a custom mart, and specifically they're saying, when you do a custom mart, for instance, on Infor, how do you go about estimating what you do? First of all, do we do that, and then how do you go about estimating that?
Sure, no problem. It's two games of Go Fish, and I'm not joking. That's actually what we call it here. We've actually worked with multiple versions of some of the Infor applications, BPIX, MAPIX alike. What we do is this: to estimate the project, what we do is we play the game of Go Fish. Do you have a company master? Do you have a department table? Do you have an account master? Do you have a general ledger transaction table? Do you have a balances table? We go through a standard set of questions. We take a look at the answers to those questions. We take a look at the tables that comprise those subjects, and then RapidDecision has a pretty good batting average on coming in real close to what our estimate would be to bring in a custom system. In reality, what RapidDecision has is a kind of an automated and manual engine in our lab where we do an awful lot of the custom work for our customers here in our lab. So there's not necessarily a whole bunch of consultants just sitting there clicking and mapping and hoping they get it right. RapidDecision follows the exact same process that we use to develop our software to develop the custom solutions.
Okay, Joe, that was great. Thanks for tackling that game of Go Fish. Next question is here, and we have a few questions left before I get to them. I got a few questions here, so if you'd like to ask a question, now is the time to get that in. Joe, next question here is someone saying, do we have a choice of database for the repository in the data mart?
Oh, absolutely. You can make combinations thereof. Microsoft SQL Server, Oracle's RDBMS. We do support HANA. We've had some other application, excuse me, we've had customers ask us to put it on things like Teradata and NetEase. We've done that in the past. But the predominant today is Oracle SQL Server, and a lot of customers kicking the tire on things like HANA.
Next question here is a short and simple one. What PeopleSoft releases do you support? Okay. Thank you, Joe. Next question, someone's asking, can I use your solution to archive or decommission my production data?
Sorry, that's an interesting choice of terms there, Doug. Decommission, yes. That's actually what we call it. Somebody must have seen that from one of my writings. A lot of times what customers want to do is two different things. Let's talk about archiving directly. Archiving is something where you don't need nor want all that production data in that production system. You want the production system to kind of be fresh again, not have so much data, and breathe easier and without upgrading your hardware, your memory, and all that. You can simply purge data from the production system, yet we will retain it in the warehouse. Therefore, your production application can have maybe half of what it has today. In terms of decommissioning, I see a lot of customers moving from, for example, a J.D. Edwards to an EBS or to other applications around that are available around the world. What RapidDecision can do is actually shortcut that process, save 10 to 20, even 25%, one customer saw cost savings on the implementation, and a dramatic performance in terms of time to go live, because what RapidDecision's Enterprise Data Warehouse, because we have all the fields at the transaction level but organized in a nice, clean, neat manner, you can actually use us to move the data into, archive the data there, and use it as the source to commission, not decommission, commission the new system. We'll retain the historical information, and then you can shut off the original system. Okay? So that's kind of how we handle both of those, Doug.
Okay. Thanks, Joe. That was a pretty thorough answer there. I have one final question for you. What exactly do people get as part of their fixed fee implementation?
Good question, Doug. Okay, so for the fixed fee RapidDecision base implementation, what we do is we guarantee that we will install the SAP Data Services tool. We'll set it up, flip all the switches, and configure it. We will install the RapidDecision Central Repository, the number of subject areas you've purchased out of the Enterprise Data Warehouse. We'll bring in the mappings, we'll verify them, flip all the RapidDecision variables that need to be flipped. We have a pre-implementation services guide that our services manager will work through all these very simple questions. We then do a sample refresh, validate the data, make sure everything's working fine, coordinate the full system refresh, that one-time refresh that we will do, and then we turn on the real-time continuous data movement. That continuous data movement is then validated. We do an integrity check between the production system and our warehouse and turn the reins over to the customer so that they can start their business intelligence.
Thank you, Joe. That's great, and it's actually been a great webinar. Do you have any final comments before we sign off?
Sure, Doug. It's the same question you're always asking me, and I always tell everybody the same thing. Do something, do anything, just don't do nothing. Business intelligence is something that can absolutely save you time, save you money, and make you money. So embrace data warehousing, embrace business intelligence, ask questions of us. We'll be more than happy to answer any of those at any time. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.